Welcome to this Razorpay integration project. In this, I will be showing you how to integrate Razorpay in your application. And from scratch, step by step, I will be teaching you each and every step, how to implement backend, how to implement frontend, how to connect both frontend and backend. Every step I will be teaching you so that whenever you are creating your project, in that if you want to integrate Razorpay, you can follow all the steps and easily you can integrate this setup. And also I will be showing you how to sign up to Razorpay, what are the details you have to submit, how to open test mode, everything we are going to see in this complete course. First, let us see the project demo. Here I have displayed 4 products. You can fetch the data from API, or maybe when you're working with e-commerce, you have created your own API and from there you are fetching the product and displaying in UI. So you can think in the same way. Here I am having 4 products and for each product I am having image, title, price and this pay button. And whatever price we are having, exact same price we are displaying on this button. Now I will just click on this. You can see my Razorpay is opened. Here I am having multiple options. I will be selecting card and in Google I will be searching for Razorpay test card details. Click on this first link, scroll down. Here I am having the detail, copy, come here. I will be pasting month. I will be giving Feb 25, CVV 3 numbers and then click on continue. Just click on this maybe later. They will be sending the OTP. Just enter random number. Click on continue. Now it is going to process the payment and then it will be confirming the payment. Now our payment is successful. Once my payment is successful, I will be redirected to payment success where I will be having my payment ID and inside this card I will have payment successful. This message here I will be having reference ID along with this unique payment ID. So in this course, complete step-by-step process, both front-end and back-end and complete Razorpay integration, I will be showing you so that it will help you in other projects. Let us start with project setup. In C drive, I have created one folder Razorpay. Right click, open with code. Inside this folder, I will be creating one folder. I will give the folder name as backend. Inside this root, I will open terminal Ctrl J or you can click on this menu, click on view and then you can click on terminal. Here first, I am going to initialize package.json file. I will write npm init -y. As soon as I hit enter, my package.json file will be available and inside this I will be having default options. Now again inside this root I am going to install these packages. I will write npm I stands for install. I will write express.env and then nodemon. This Express is minimal Node.js framework. Using this, we can easily create server-side application. And using this .env package, we can easily manage environmental variables. And using this nodemon, whenever we do some changes in our application, it will watch for the changes and accordingly, it will restart our application. I will hit enter. Now all the packages are installed and here I am having node modules. And inside this package.json, inside this dependencies, I am having .env, express and nodemon. Now for this, we will be using ESM import and export, that is ECMAScript module import and export pattern. To use that, inside package.json, we have to add this field type, and here I will be writing module. Okay, once we use this, we can easily use import and export pattern instead of using require and module.exports. I will close package.json. Inside backend, I will be creating app.js, and here I will be creating server.js. I will come to app.js. Directly, I'm just going to write import express from express package. Below this, I'm just going to invoke this express, and this entire value I'm just going to assign to this variable app. And below this, I'm just going to do export default of app. Now using this app, we can easily handle middleware. We can do lot of stuff because we have initialized our express application. Now I will come to server.js. Here I'm just going to import my app. I will write import app from this file is present inside app.js. And one thing you should keep in mind, whenever we are using ESM export and import pattern, and whenever we are requiring some data from files, we should always use this extension. If you are using common JS module system, even if you don't write extension, your application will be working. But if you are using ESM, then you should always write this extension. Below this, I'm just going to listen for server. I will write app.listen. Inside this, first, I will be giving port number 8000. Second, I will be passing this callback function. Here, I will write log. I will simply write this message. Server is running on port 8000. Save it. I will open terminal. Here, I'm just going to write node. Then I have to give path of my server.js. Currently, I am inside the root. So first, I will come inside backend, and there I am having server.js. As soon as I hit enter, I am having server is running on port 8000. But here, if I do some changes, let us remove this port. Save this, it is not going to restart our application. Again, I have to terminate. Again, I have to execute this. Only then my server will be restarted. But I do not want this. Whenever I am doing some changes, I do not want to restart this application again and again. So what I will do, Control C, here I will do Control Z. I will open package.json, and here inside the script, I will be writing start, and here I will be passing this command nodemon, and then I will be giving path of my server.js backend, and inside that I am having server.js. Now I will open, my script name is start. So what we will do, we will write npm run start. I will hit enter. Now you can see my application is started. I will come to server.js. Now I will remove this part. As soon as I save, it will watch for the changes, and accordingly it is just going to start our application. Now I will close. I will do Control Z. But now I do not want to use static data. So what I will do, inside this backend, I will be creating one folder config, and inside this I will write config.env, and here I will be creating environmental variable port, and for this I will assign the value 8000. I will come to server.js. Now I am just going to access that variable. For that I will write process.env, and then whatever variable name we have given, exact same variable name I am going to write. So in this way, we can easily process that variable. I will copy same thing and here I am just going to paste. Save it, open terminal, but now I am having server is running on port undefined. Why? Because we are only accessing the variable, but here we are not importing the package. Here I will write import .env from .env. Save it. Still I am having undefined. Okay, successfully we have imported the package and also we are processing this variable. But the problem is we are not telling on which file this variable is defined. So we have to access the path of that file. For that, we will write .env config. Inside this, we will pass object. Here I am going to give path, and inside this, I am just going to give path of my config.env. It is present inside backend. Inside backend, we are having config folder. Inside that folder, we have config.env. Now, as soon as I save, successfully, I am having this result. But by any chance, if you are not able to access the path, below this, I will be creating one variable code. And for this, I will assign this complete value. If this is not present, then by default, I will assign 3000. Now this port, I will pass here. I will write port. And again, in place of this, I'm just going to pass that variable. Open terminal. Successfully, I am able to access the variable from this config.env. So I am having 8000. But as soon as I come in this line, now my port is running on 3000. So by any chance, if you are having issue accessing variable, our application will be running on port 3000. Successfully, we have completed our basic project setup. Let us now see complete sign up process in Razorpay. In Google, type Razorpay and then click on this first link. Sign up page will be opened. If you are already having account, then simply log in. If you are not having account, then click on sign up. I will click on continue with Google, and from this list, I will be selecting my mail ID and then click on continue. Here, select the country and click on verify. Page will be loaded and now you have to enter the mobile number and click on send OTP. OTP will be sent to your mobile. Just type the OTP and click on submit OTP. Here, enter your name. I will give Khanam and then click on continue. In this section, previously, if you have already set up any payment, then select yes. If not, then simply select no. This is my first time setting up the payment, so I will click on no and click on continue. In this section, where do you plan to use Razorpay? I will select on my website. According to you, you can select the options and click on continue. Now we need to add the website link. If your website is not ready, then simply click on add later. Here, what's your business type? I will select individual and click on continue. Now inside this, you have to give your PAN number and then click on continue. Here, give your full name, what is present in your PAN card. Again, click on continue. What's your brand name? Here, you can give your business name. I will type step code and then click on continue. Here, our email ID will be displayed to receive account updates. I will click on continue. In this review section, you can review all the details which you have submitted. If you want to edit something, click on edit icon and then you can edit the details, and after that you can simply save. If everything is fine, then click on done. All the details will be submitted. Now we have to complete KYC. I will click on complete KYC. Then I will click on update details button. Here inside this, I have to submit all this information like business address, bank details, identity proof, etc. First, I am going to click on business address, and inside this, I am going to add my business address and then click on done. Next, click on bank details, and inside this, you have to enter your account number and IFSC code. Once you have entered, click on done. Next, click on identity proof. Here we have two options. We can share the Aadhaar details via DigiLocker, or else we can upload identity proof manually. I will select DigiLocker option and then click on continue. Inside this, I will enter my Aadhaar card number, and whatever text is given below, I am just going to enter that text. OTP will be sent to my Aadhaar linked number. Here I will enter the OTP and then click on continue. Here you have to enter your 6-digit DigiLocker pin which you have already set up. If you have forgotten, then click on forgot security pin and reset the pin. Then here inside this, enter that 6-digit pin and click on continue. Consent form will be opened from DigiLocker. I will click on allow. Page will be loaded and I will have all the details shared from DigiLocker. Now I will click on business policy. Based on your requirement, you can select all these details. I will keep default details and then click on create policy pages. Here, check on the checkbox and click on publish page with Razorpay. Now click on business category. I will select education. You can choose based on your requirement. Subcategory, I will select coaching institute. Business model, I will select these two options and then click on continue. Review business category and then click on done. Now after filling all the information, submit the KYC. Our KYC will be submitted. Click on OK, got it. Collect payment page will be opened. Close this rating pop-up. We will have a Razorpay link. If you want, you can share this directly. Scroll down, click on more ways to collect payment. Here, our dashboard will be opened. Again, OK, got it. Click on stay on dashboard. And this is our home page. From this drop down, I will be selecting test mode. Then go to account and settings. Go to website and app settings. Select API keys. Inside this, we will have our API and API secret key. Download this, and this secret key only once we can download. If you want another secret key, then you have to regenerate. So carefully copy paste this API key and API secret key and keep with you. Successfully, we have completed complete sign up process in Razorpay. And this is how, after giving all the details, we will be able to open our test mode. Now in our code, let us install Razorpay. When I download this API key and secret key data, I will be having this Excel with the name RZP. Inside this, I will have API key and API secret key. Now I will open config.env, and here I'm just going to create one variable. I will write Razorpay API key. Then below this, I will be creating Razorpay API secret. Now here, I will assign the values which I am having. I have assigned the values and now I will not be opening this config.env. So whatever API key and secret key you have got, you have to assign that values. And you don't have to wrap inside double quote. Directly you assign the value. Now here I will open terminal. I will click on this plus. I am inside this root folder. Inside this, I'm just going to run this command npm I razorpay. Okay, in this way, we are installing Razorpay for our application. I will hit enter. We have installed this package. I will close terminal. I will open package.json. Inside this, I am having Razorpay. Okay, do not forget to assign your API key and secret key. Inside server.js, I am just going to import Razorpay. Below this, I will write import. Then I am going to write Razorpay. As soon as I hit enter, this Razorpay is imported from this Razorpay package. In Google, I will be searching for Razorpay documentation and I will click on this first link. Here, I will click on this payments and here I will scroll down and click on this payment gateway. And here on left side, I will click on this server integration and here I will be selecting node.js. And inside this, I will click on this integration steps. I will just scroll down. Here we are having this instance inside which we have to pass API key and API secret key. If you want, you can copy that instance, but let us create the instance here. And I'm just going to export that instance. I will write export const. I will give the variable name as instance. Here I will be writing new Razorpay, which means Razorpay is class and I am just creating new instance for this class. Inside this, I will be passing object. Here I will give key ID. I have to access environmental variable. I will write process.env.razorpay API key. Whatever variable name you have given, exact same variable you have to access. Separate by comma. Then I will be writing key secret. Again, I have to access environmental variable process.env. Here I will write Razorpay API secret. I will just change the spelling to key. So in this way, we are just accessing Razorpay API key and Razorpay secret key, and we have created the instance for our Razorpay. And this we have already exported, so we can use this in other files. Let us now work on controller and routes. Before that, here I will make it as lowercase e. Inside server.js, below this I will be writing app.post. Inside this, first I am going to give the path. I will give the path as payment process. And second, I will be passing callback function inside which I will be passing request, then I will be passing response. And this request object is nothing but whatever request is sent by the client, like form data, we can access using this request. And using this response object, response will be sent from the server. Inside this, I will be writing response. What response I am getting back from the server. And then here I have to pass status. And inside this, I will be passing status code. 200 means everything is fine. And on this, I'm just going to apply this JSON method. inside which I will be writing success as through. Okay, in this way, I have created my post request. Now, I just want to test this API. For that, I will be using Postman. I will open Postman, click on this plus. Here, I will change the request to post. Inside this, I will be passing this URL http colon double slash. Then I will be passing localhost. My port is running on 8000. Then after this, I have to give this complete path payment slash process. Copy and here I will be pasting. I will click on send. Now you can see successfully I am able to send the response and I got the value through. Whatever response I have sent, I am able to get that value. But inside this, we have to write a lot of functionality. So what we will do for this, we will be creating separate function. I will copy this entire thing. Above this, I'm just going to create one function. I will give the function name as process payment. And for this, I'm just going to assign this complete value. Now here, I'm just going to pass this function name, copy and paste. Again, I will come here, close this, click on send. Again, successfully, I am able to get the response. So in this way, for this entire thing, I have created separate function. But maybe in future for this route, I will be having different requests like get, post, put. Again, I do not want to repeat this entire line. Instead, what we can do here, I will be writing app.route. Inside this, I will be passing this complete path, copy and paste. Then easily, whichever request is having the same route, we can easily change that request. Now here I am doing post request. So here I will be writing post and inside that I have to pass this function name. And from here I will remove this entire thing. Save this, come to Postman. Again I will click on send. Successfully I am able to get the response. So in this way we can easily change multiple requests. But still this solution is not ideal because inside server.js, we cannot create all this functionality. So for that, inside backend, I will be creating one folder. I will give the folder name as controllers. And inside this controllers, I will be creating product controller.js. Now inside this controller, I will copy this entire function, copy, cut it from here, and inside this, I will be pasting. And this function I have to use in other files. So here I'm just going to write export and then I will be writing this complete functionality. Again inside this backend, I will be creating one folder routes and inside this routes, I will be creating product route.js. Here inside this, first we have to import express and from this express, we are just going to access this router method. And this entire value, I'm just going to assign to this variable router. And below this, come to server.js. I will copy this complete route. Now, if you see, I am back to my previous code inside this server.js. And here, I'm just going to paste that route. Now, in place of app, I will be using this router. Now, this router, we have to use in other files. So, I will be doing export default of this router. And whenever we are doing default export, while importing, we can give any name. Now, once it is done, I will come here, open Postman, click on send. Now, I will be having this error because we have created the files product controller and product routes, but our application is not aware of these files. So here we will come to global app.js. Inside this, we will be using middleware. First, I'm going to import the router. I will give the router name as payment. Okay, you can give any name from. I will come inside this routes. Inside this, I am having product routes.js. Do not forget to give this extension. Below this, I will be using middleware. For that, we should be using app.use. Inside this, we have to specify the path. I will give the path as slash API slash v1. Simply, I am just telling this is the version 1. Later on, if you want to change to version 2, accordingly, you can update your path. After that, I have to give my router, that is nothing but payment. So in this way, we can easily use middleware and access the route of this payment. And whenever we send the request, first we have to pass this API slash v1, and after that we have to pass this route. And now we are using this process payment. Remove this last letter. As soon as I hit enter, this function will be imported from this file. At the end, I will be adding this .js. Now I will come to Postman. Inside this, I was having error. I will click on send. Again, I will be having the error. Why? Because in my URL, I am passing payment slash process. But in our middleware, we have used API slash v1. You have to pass this, and after that, whatever path we have given inside the route, we have to specify that path. Now I will click on send. Successfully, I will be able to get the response. Now once I am having this response, here inside this route, I will click on this plus, click on blank collection, and here I will give the collection name as Razorpay. I will come to this path, click on save. From here, I will be selecting Razorpay, and request name, I will remove this. I will be giving payment process, and then I will click on save. So in this way, later on, whenever you want to access this path, you can easily come here, click on this, send the response, and then you will be having the result. So in this way, we are just going to set up our controller and routes. Now we are going to work on creating our first order. I will come to product controller.js. First, I'm just going to import the instance. I will write import instance from this server file. And again, while importing, we have to use .js. And inside this instance, we have passed our Razorpay API key, and we have passed our Razorpay API secret key. Now here, inside this function, I will be creating one variable options, and here I will be passing amount as 1000, and below this I will be passing currency. Okay, these two properties I am passing, and here I will be writing INR. Accordingly, you can pass the currency. Here I have passed INR, that is Indian rupees. Below this, I will be creating one variable order, and this entire function I will be making as async function. Now below this, I have to create the order. For that, I have to wait for some time, and then I will be using this instance, and from instance we are going to access this orders. Now what we have to do, we have to create the order. So we will access this create method, and inside this, whatever options I am having, I'm just going to pass that options. Okay, simple enough. In this way, I am creating my order, and this complete order I will be sending as response. So here I will be passing order. So what I have done, I have created options inside which I have passed amount and currency, and this entire function I am just making as async function. And above this, I have imported the instance, and from this instance, I am accessing this orders, and from this orders, I am just accessing this create method in which I will be passing all these options. And in my response, I am sending success as true, as well as I am sending the order which we have created. Now I will come to Postman. This is our URL. Now, as soon as I click on send, now you can see successfully my order is created. Whatever amount I have sent, that amount I am having. Amount due, I will be having this result. Amount paid is 0. Attempt 0. I will be having all this information, and this information I will be getting only when successfully I have implemented my Razorpay. Here created that accordingly we can convert to time. Currency what I have sent, entity is order, and here you can see I am getting order ID, and this is very important. Successfully we are able to create our first order, but whatever amount we are having, this we have to convert into cents. For that I will be passing number function, and this entire value I'm just going to multiply by 100. Now save it. Come here, click on send. Now this will be my amount. Later on, when it will be converted to proper currency, I will be having the value 1000. But do not forget to convert into cents. But now, instead of passing the static data, what I want, whatever amount that product is having, that amount has to be fetched. And once the user clicks on pay, only that amount has to be paid instead of this 1000. So here I will access this amount from body. For that I will write request.body, and on this body I will be giving the property amount. Okay, inside body I will be giving amount. That amount I will access, and whatever amount I am having, only that amount I am just going to multiply by 100. Now I will come here. Inside this, let me just decrease the size. Here we are having body. Then we click on this row. Inside this, select JSON. Here inside this, as JSON, I will be passing amount. And amount I will be passing as 2000. But now, as soon as I click on send, you can see I am having error. I will click on this view in console. You can see I am not able to access this link. Why? Because inside body, I am giving amount. I am having some data, but our application is not aware of this data. So here inside app.js, we are going to use middleware. Below this, I will write app.use. Inside this, we will be passing express.json. Okay, this is the static middleware using which whatever data we are having inside the body, it can easily parse that data. Very important, you have to pass this. Again, I will come to Postman, click on send. Now I will come here. You can see successfully I am able to get that order. Again, I will click on this. Successfully my order is created, and now whatever amount I have passed inside the body, accordingly that amount is multiplied by 100, and I am having this result. Very important, you pass this middleware. If you do not pass, you will not be having any result. So using this process payment function, successfully we are able to create the order. Now we are going to write the function to access our Razorpay API key so that we can use in our front end. For that, inside this product controller, below this function, I will be creating another function, export const. I will give the function name as getKey. Again, this function I will be making as async function. I will pass request and response, and inside this whenever I call this function directly, I have to send the response. I will write response.status. If everything is fine, I will send 200. Then I will be passing JSON, inside which I will be creating one property key. And for this key, we are going to assign the environmental variable. For that, I will write process.env, and from config.env file, I'm just going to access this Razorpay underscore API key. Whatever variable name we have given inside config.env, same variable we are accessing using process.env and assigning to this key property. Now I will come to project routes. I have to define route for that. Below this, I will be creating router dot route. Inside this, I will be passing the route as get key. For this route also, we will be using the same middleware. Whenever we want to access, we will write API/v1 and then we will be passing this route. Now we simply have to get. Here we will be writing get request and then we will be passing this function name. Under function name is get key. As soon as I hit enter, this function will also be imported from this file. Now I will save. Come here, click on this plus, and from here I will copy this complete URL, and inside this I am going to paste. My request is get. Remove this. In place of this, I will be passing get key. I will click on send. Successfully, I am able to access my Razorpay API key. In this video, I am hiding this key, but you will get the key which you have given inside config.env file. And this is very important. You have access to this key because when we implement front end, it is very important we have access to this key. Now we are going to start with the front end. I will close this backend folder. Inside this root, I will create one folder front end. I will open terminal. I will click on this plus. Now first, I will come inside this front end folder. And inside this, I'm just going to set up my application using Vite. For that, I will run this command npm create Vite at latest. And after that, I have to give my application name and all the things I have to install inside the front end. So here I will simply give dot. I will hit enter. Now from this framework, using this down arrow, I will come to React, hit enter. And from this variant, I will be selecting JavaScript, hit enter. Now what I have to do, I just have to run npm install. Now inside this front end, all this folder structure is present. Here I will be writing npm install. As soon as I hit enter, inside this front end, I will be having my node modules folder. Now you can see inside this front end, I am having this node modules. After running this, I have to run this command npm run dev. I will write npm run dev. I will hit enter. Here I am having this link. Press Ctrl and click on this link. Successfully, my application is started, inside which I am having this default code. I will open, and from here I am just going to close this terminal. From here I will open src. I will remove this index.css, and from main.jsx I am just going to remove this import. I will come to app.jsx, remove this entire code. I will write RFCE, and here I will be writing hello. And also I'm just going to remove this app.css. inside src, I will be creating one folder. I will write styles. Now in my result, I am having hello because here inside app.jsx, I have given hello, and inside main.jsx, we have rendered this app.jsx. Now before proceeding with the code, from source code, I will copy this payment success and products.css files. I will copy, and inside this front end, inside src, inside the styles folder, I'm just going to paste. Again, from here, I will copy this images folder in which I am having these 4 images. I will come back to front end folder. Inside this public folder, I'm just going to paste the images. Instead of using these images, you can also fetch the data from API. Now here, inside public, I am having images folder, and inside src styles folder, I am having payment success.css and products.css. Now inside src, I will be creating one folder components, and inside this, I will be creating products.jsx. And whenever we are using Vite, we will be using this extension .jsx. Now inside this, I will be writing this RFCE, and here I'm just going to create static structure of my product. I will write diff, and for this I will give the class name as products container. And above this, I'm just going to import my style sheet. I will come inside this styles folder. Inside this, I will access this products.css. Now below this div container, I will be creating another div, and for this, I will give the class as product card. Inside this, I will be passing this image. Here, I will be writing images folder. If this is present in public, you do not have to mention public. Directly in this way, you can access the folder. And inside this images, we are having back.jpg. I will access back.jpg. And inside this alt, I will be writing product. And also for this image, I will give the class name. I will write product image. Then below this, I will write h3. I will give the class name as product title. Here, I will give the heading. I will simply write product title. Below this, I will be creating paragraph. For this, I will give the class as product price. And inside this, I will write the text as price. Then here, I will be creating strong tag. Inside this, I will be passing the price 200. And after this, I will be writing this slash. Then below this, I will be creating button. Inside this, I will be passing pay, and by default, I have passed 200 here. So here also, I will be passing 200. And for this button, I will be giving the class name. I will give the class name as pay button. Save it. Come here. Now if I refresh, nothing happens because this products I have not rendered in my app. So here I will open app.jsx, remove this entire thing. Now here I'm just going to write this products. As soon as I hit enter, this component will be imported from this products file. Now I will save. Come here. Successfully I am able to get the card where I am having the image, product title, price and this pay button. But now 4 times I have to display the product. I will copy 1, 2 and 3. Save it. Now you can see I am having the product 4 times. But I do not want to repeat the code. I will remove this. I will only keep one card. Save it. Now I am having this result. I will open this components. And inside this, I will be creating one file data.js. And here I will be passing array of object. I will give the variable name as products data, and this is nothing but array. And this products data we have to use in other files. So here I will write export default products data, and inside this I will be passing object ID. I will be giving one title. I will write softback. Then below this I will be writing price. Price I will give 600, and then finally I will be giving image, and inside this I will be giving path of my images. Here I will write back.jpg. So in this way I have created first product data. Similar way I'm just going to paste three more objects using which I am creating four products data. Accordingly, if you want to add more data, you can add, or you can directly fetch the data from API. I will save this. I will come to app.jsx, and here I'm just going to import that products data. I will write import product data from this data.js, and this entire products data I will be passing as a prop. I will give the prop name as products, and for this I'm just going to assign this value products data. I will copy, and here I will be pasting. I will close the files. I will come to products.jsx, and here I'm just going to accept the props. And below this, I'm just going to log this props. Save this. Come here, inspect. Now inside this, I am having object, and inside this products, I am having all these four objects. So directly, I'm just going to destructure my products, and here I will be passing products. Now if I save, successfully I am able to access all the products. Now you can see this product is nothing but array inside which I am having these four objects. I will remove this. Now this entire thing I'm just going to wrap inside this curly braces. This product is nothing but array. So here I will be passing products. Now using this map method, I'm just going to loop through this data. Here I will be passing callback function. Let me close the map method, and inside this I will copy entire thing, and here I will be pasting. Now save. Come here. Successfully I am able to display four products, and inside this I am having static data. So that is the reason four times my array is looped, and whatever data I am having that is displayed. But I do not want this. I will remove this entire thing. Instead, here I will pass the argument. I will give item. From this item, I'm just going to access image. The first time when it is looping, this item will be having access to first object. So from there, I am accessing image. Remove this. Here I will write item.title. Same thing I will copy. Here I will be pasting. In place of this, I will be writing item.price, and here also I will copy this entire thing. In place of this, I'm just going to paste. Now, first time it will have access to first object data. Accordingly, that data will be shown. Second time, second object data. Third time, third object data. And fourth time, fourth object data. So all the products data I am able to display. But now when we click on this pay button, nothing happens, and our Razorpay will not be opened. But successfully we are able to display four products, as well as we are able to loop through that array. Now we are going to work on this button. Here I will be passing on click event handler. Inside this I will be passing this callback function. Here, I will give the function name as checkout handler, and inside this function, I will be passing this item price as the argument. So here, I will write item.price. I will copy this function, and here I'm just going to create the function. This function I will be making as async function. Inside this, I will be passing parameter as amount, and inside the backend, we have already accessed the amount from the body. So in this way, we are passing amount. And below this, I will write log, and then I will be passing amount. Come here, inspect this. Here we will be passing the key. But now if I click, I am able to access 800. If I click on this, I am able to access 1000. So whatever price product is having, I am able to access that amount. And whenever we are just using this map method, here I will be passing key prop. And from this item, I'm just going to access the ID. Now save, refresh the application, that warning will be gone. But I am able to access all the prices. Come here, open terminal. I will click on plus. Here I will come inside front end, and inside front end I'm just going to install this package npm i axios. I'm just going to close the terminal. I will just open package.json, which is present inside front end folder, and here I am having this axios package. I will remove this log. I will be writing const. I will give the variable name as data, and inside this I will be passing await. Then I'm just going to use Axios, and from Axios I will be using post method, and inside this I have to give the path which we have defined in backend. For that, let me open Postman. For this post request, we have passed this complete path. From here, I will copy this API slash v1 slash payment slash process. I will copy, and here inside this, I'm just going to paste that path. Whatever path we have defined in the backend, we are just pasting that path, because using this, we are creating our order. And second argument, I will be passing object, like what data we are accessing. We are accessing amount. So I'll copy, and here I'm just going to paste amount. Below this, I'm just going to log data. Okay. In this way, using Axios, I'm doing post request, and whatever amount I am having, I'm just accessing the amount using this post request. And above this, I'm just going to import this Axios package. And here, I'm just going to import Axios. Import Axios from Axios. I will open my application, open terminal. Now I will click on this. As soon as I click, I am having uncaught in promise Axios error, and it is not able to send request to this URL. Why? Because if you closely notice, here I am having localhost 5173 where our front-end application is running, and after that we have given the path which we have defined in backend. But in our backend, we are having port as 8000, and after that we are having this slash. Now we are having that error because our backend is running on different port and front end is running on different port. Now what we will do, we will connect both front end and backend. For that, here inside this front end folder, we have this weep.config.js file. I will open. Here below this, I will be creating one property server, and inside this we have to add proxy. And for this proxy, I'm just going to give API. Here in this way, you have to pass slash API and then open object. Inside this, I will be passing target. Target is nothing but I have to give my backend code. So here I will be writing HTTP localhost and my backend application is running on 8000. So here I will be passing 8000. You have to specify the target in this way. Then here I will specify two more properties, change origin. You do not have to worry what is this, but simply pass this properties. And here I will be writing secure as false. So in this way, we are just going to set the proxy so that our front end and back end application will be connected. Now I will open my application. I will click on this. Now you can see successfully I am able to access the data. Now this entire data I'm just going to destructure. I will just write here curly braces. Save this. Come here. Click on this. Successfully, whatever response I have sent using this path, I am able to get success as true. And this order property where I am having complete order details. And now you can see whatever amount I am having, I am able to access that amount. For this 800, I will click open. Open this order. For that 800, I am able to access that amount. So now successfully we have connected front end and back end and we are able to access this path. Now for this data, I will change the name. I will give the name as order data. I will copy order data. Here I will be pasting. Save it. Come here. Inspect again. Click on this. Successfully, I am able to get the response. Simply, while destructuring, I have changed the name of data to order data. Now in our front end, we should also access the key. So above this, I'm just going to write const. Again, I will restructure data. While destructuring, I will give the variable name as key data is equal to await axios. Now I have to get API key. For that, we have used get request and inside this, I will be passing API slash v1 slash get key. Okay, this route we have already defined in backend. I will open. You can see this route we have already defined. Same thing I am passing so that I can have access to my API key. Below this, I will log. I will write here key data. Save it. Come here. Refresh once. I will click on this. Successfully, I am able to access key as well as I am able to do this order. Now, from both the object, I am just going to destructure. Below this, I will be writing const. I am just going to destructure key from this key data. And below this, I am just going to log key. Same thing. I will remove this entire thing, const. I am just going to destructure order. From where I am just going to destructure from order data. Below this, I will write log and here I will be passing order. Save. Come here, refresh the application, click on this. I am able to access the key and I am able to access the order. So in this way, we are able to access both the routes. Using this, we are able to access our Razorpay key and using this, we are able to create our order. Now inside checkout handler function, we are going to pass the options. For that, I will search Razorpay documentation. Click on this first link. Here, I will select payment. Here I am having dashboard. From here, I will select this test and live modes. Scroll down. Here inside this box, I am having this link generating API keys on dashboard. Click on this link, scroll down, and from this client libraries, I will be selecting Node.js. Click on this documentation. Again, I'm just going to scroll down. Here, I will be selecting payment gateway. Scroll down, and inside this, we are having Node.js checkout code. Inside this, I am having this complete option. Before that, copy this script tag, open file, and inside this front end, we have index.html, and below this, I'm just going to paste that script tag. And here, I will remove this. I will give the title as Razorpay integration. Don't forget to paste the script tag. It is very important. I will come here. Now, from here, I'm just going to copy all these options. Copy, come inside this products.jsx. Below this, I'm just going to paste. Now here, we have to do some changes. First, we are having the key inside which we have to pass our Razorpay API key that we have already destructured, and that entire value we are having inside the key. I will remove this key. Now directly I will be passing the key. If you want, you can pass in this way, but if our key and values are same, we do not have to pass twice. Only once we can pass this key. Then amount also, we are having access to this amount. So here I will remove this entire thing. And here if you see, amount is in currency subunit and default currency is INR. And this 5000, it is referring to 5000 paise. So that is the reason in backend we have multiplied with 100. I will remove this. Whatever value I will be getting, that value will be passed here. Currency is INR. Name, you have to give your business name. I will give Khanam coding. You can give anything. Description, remove this Razorpay integration tutorial. And this order ID, we have to pass from this order. When our order is created, inside that we will have ID. I will remove this entire thing. I will write my order object. From there, I'm just going to access my order ID. And this ID will be available inside this object. And this callback URL, I will remove this entire thing. When my payment is successful, what I will do here, I will be writing API /v1 slash payment verification. Once my payment is successful, I have to do payment verification, and this path we will be creating in backend. So this is our success URL. Later on, we are just going to create this function. Pre-fill which customer is paying, that name you have to pass here. I will be giving my name Hanam. Email, that customer email you have to pass. I will write hanam@example.com. Contact number, let it be same. And from here, you can also change the color. Let me keep the same color, and then we are creating instance and we are just opening Razorpay. Okay, this entire setup, you have to do it carefully. Now I will come, just focus what happens. Double click on this. As soon as I click, successfully, I am able to open this Razorpay. Whatever color I have given, that color will be shown. Business name, Khanam coding. And here you can see that price is converted, and successfully, I am able to get this price. I will click on card. In Google, I will be searching for Razorpay test card details. Click on this, open this first link. From here, I will copy this card, copy, And inside this, I will be pasting month, I will be writing 2, and year I will be giving 25. CVV, 3 numbers. I will click on continue. Maybe later they will be sending the OTP. Just give any random number. Click on continue. Now it is just going to process the payment and it is just going to confirm the payment. Now payment is successful. Once it is successful, just see what happens. I will be redirected to API slash V1 slash payment verification. And this path we have not created, but once my payment is successful, I will be redirected to this path. Now I will log into Razorpay. Inside that, I am having these transactions. Click on this and here you can see complete details of the transaction. Click on details. You can see card details are available, customer phone number, customer email, entire information will be available. So in this way, inside Razorpay, you can check for the transaction. Okay, everything is done in test mode, so you will not be having the real amount. This is only the test mode. Now we will be working on verifying the payment. So inside backend, we will be working on this route. So I will open this backend folder. Inside this, I am going to open product controller.js. And below this, I'm just going to create one function, export const. I will give the function name as payment verification. Again, this function I will be creating as async function, inside which I will be passing request and response. And here I will write log, and inside this I will be passing request.body. Below this I will write response.status. Inside this I will be passing 200 and then JSON object, inside which I will write success and success will be true. If everything is fine, simply I just want to send the response as success true. But what I am doing, whatever data I am having inside the body, now I have to access that data. So for that, I'm just going to open app.js. Inside this, I will be using middleware. Below this, I will write apps.use, inside which I will be passing express. From this express, I'm just going to access this URI encoded, inside which we will specify this property extended to be true. This middleware you have to pass because in our express application, this middleware will be passing incoming request bodies and it will make data, and this is going to make data accessible inside this request.body. Now I will save. I will close app.js and all the other files. I will open product route. Below this, I'm just going to define the route. Here, I have to pass the exact same route, copy, and here I will be pasting. And this is nothing but a post request. And inside this, I will be passing this function, payment verification. As soon as I hit enter, this function will be imported. I will open product controller and also I am just going to open my terminal. I will come back. Again, I will be doing the payment. Click on this. My Razorpay will be opened. Now here, I will be selecting UPI option. Inside this, I will write success at Razorpay. Click on verify and pay. It is going to process for the payment. Now it will confirm the payment. My payment is successful. Once it is successful, now you can see I am redirected to payment verification. inside which I am having success as through. Response which I have sent successfully, I am able to get that response. But now if I come in my terminal, I am having Razorpay payment ID, Razorpay order ID, and I am having Razorpay signature. And remember, only when you pass that middleware, you will have access to Razorpay payment ID. This is the unique ID of our payment. Razorpay order ID, unique ID of our order, and Razorpay signature. And this is generated by Razorpay to ensure our data's integrity. Now, all this data is present inside the object. Now, I'm just going to destructure these values. Below this, I will write const, and from this request body, I will write request.body. From this request body, I'm going to destructure, copy, paste, separate by comma, copy this, and here I will be pasting. Again, I'm going to copy, and here I will be pasting. I will close terminal, and also I'm just going to remove this log. So whatever values I got in terminal, I have simply destructured those values. Now below this, I will be creating one variable body, and inside this body, I'm just going to access this Razorpay order ID, copy, and here I will be pasting. I will write plus, then I'm just going to give the delimiter as pipe. Again, I will be writing plus, and then I will access this Razorpay payment ID. So whatever values I am having on both these variables, I'm going to access both the values, separate by this delimiter, and assign that value to this body. Again, I will open terminal, open this. Now I am inside this root folder, inside which I am going to install one package, npm iCrypto. Hit enter, package is installed, and from root folder, I will open this package.json, and inside this, I am having my crypto package. So using this, what we have done, we have created our verification string. Now below this, we are going to generate expected string using this crypto. For that, first below this, I'm going to import that package, import crypto from crypto package. I will come down. Here I will be creating one variable. I will give the variable name as expected signature. Inside this, I'm just going to pass this crypto, and from this crypto, I'm just going to access this method. So using this crypto module, we are generating hash using our body string and Razor API secret key. And inside this, I will be passing this char256. Okay, you do not have to go deep into this algorithm. Simply using this crypto, we are just generating hash of the body string and Razorpay secret key. Then next, I'm just going to access my secret key. For that, I will write process.env, and then I will be giving Razorpay underscore API underscore secret. Okay, whatever variable name you have passed in config.env, same variable you have to pass as second argument. Then what we are updating this body. So here we will be passing update method. Inside this, we are going to pass this body variable. Then we will simply convert to toString. And after that, we are just going to apply this digest, inside which we will be passing hex. So using this, what happens? Whatever value we get, we simply going to convert into hexadecimal value. Now below this, I will write log. I will give the string. I will write Razorpay signature, and inside this, I'm just going to pass this variable Razorpay signature. Okay, whatever we got from the body, we are simply passing that. Let me remove, and here I will be closing. Same thing, I will copy. Here I'm going to pass expected signature. Okay, after converting, after doing hash, whatever value I am having, that will be stored inside this variable. I will open terminal. Come here. I will just come back. I will be doing the payment. Again, I will select UPI, verify and pay. Payment is successful. Now I will be redirected to payment verification response. Success is through. Now you can see I am having Razorpay signature and I am having expected signature. And whatever value I am having, both the values are same. So what we will do, if both the values are same, we are simply going to redirect to payment success page. Else we will tell page is not found and payment verification is not done. I will remove this both the console. Below this, I will be creating one variable. I will give the variable name as is authentic. And here I will be passing expected signature if it is equal to Razorpay signature, copy and paste. If both the values are same, then I will have true and that true will be assigned to this is authentic. If both the values are false, then accordingly we are going to send the response. So here I will be writing if is authentic. If it is true, then what I will do? Simply I'm just going to write return. Here I will be writing my response. Then I will be accessing this redirect. If this is authentic is true, then I'm going to redirect to payment success. Let me come here. I will copy this complete URL, frontend, copy, and here I will be pasting. This is my URL, and after this, I will be giving payment success. I will give question mark. Here I will be passing reference. What reference I will be passing? I am going to pass Razorpay payment ID. For this reference, I will just give this variable inside which I will be passing this Razorpay payment ID. And once we open this payment success page, this payment ID has to be displayed. I will copy this complete response. Inside this, I will be pasting. If this is authentic, I will be redirected to this page. But if it is not authentic, here I will be giving status code as 400 or we can give 404 and success as false. Okay, in this way, we are just redirecting to this page. Now I will come here, remove this entire thing. Again, I will do the payment. Here I will be selecting UPI. Click on verify and pay. It is processing the payment. It will confirm the payment. My payment is successful. Now you can see I am redirected to payment success page inside which I am having reference equal to whatever payment ID I was having for that payment that is displayed. But now we have not defined any route for this. So I will just close this backend. I will be closing all the files. I will open front end and here I will open terminal. Come here. I am inside front end folder. Inside this, I'm just going to install this React router DOM. Hit enter. Now this package is installed. Inside front end, I will open package.json and here I am having this React router DOM. I will come to app.jsx. Below this, I'm just going to import this browser router as router. I'm just changing the name. Then I will import routes and then I will be importing route from this React router DOM. And here I will be writing router. Copy this and below this I'm just going to close. And then inside this I'm just going to specify this routes. And inside this routes I will be giving route. And directly I will be closing the route in this way. First I will give 2 and then I will be giving slash, which means inside the root what element I have to display. I will write element. Inside this I will just open this JavaScript mode and here I will be passing this complete element. Copy and inside this I will be pasting. I will remove this entire thing and here we should give the path. Now I will come here, remove this entire thing. As soon as I hit enter, I am inside the root and all the products are displayed. Below this, I will be giving one more route. Close this. I will give the path. Inside this, I will be passing payment success. Okay, whatever path we have specified in backend, same path you have to give here. Then I will be passing element and inside this, I will enter JavaScript mode and I will be creating this payment success. Now copy this. Below this, I'm just going to import payment success from inside this component. I will be creating one file. I will copy and inside this components, I'm just going to create this file payment success. Okay, same route I have passed. When I am inside this path, then I should be redirected to payment success and that payment success I have imported. I will write RFCE and below this I'm just going to import CSS file. Inside the styles we are having payment success.css. I will come inside the styles. From there I will access this payment success.css. I will create div. For this I will give the class as payment success container. Inside this I will write payment success card. I will write h1. For this I will be giving payment success title. I will pass payment successful. Below this, I will be creating paragraph payment success message. Here I will simply pass this message. Thank you for your payment. Your transaction was successful. And if you remember, in URL, we got access to payment ID. Now that ID we are just going to access. Here I will be writing const. I will create the variable query and inside this I'm just going to write this new. Here I will write new URL search params. Using this we can just search for the reference. Inside this I will be passing use location. As soon as I hit enter, this use location will be imported from React router DOM. And then what I have to do? I just have to search for that reference. So in this way, I am just accessing this use location and what I am performing? I am performing search. Below this, I will be creating one variable reference is equal to from this query, what I will get? I just have to get my reference variable. Here, I will be passing reference. Let me show you what this reference is. Inside this, inside backend, inside this product controller, in this URL, we are just searching for this reference. And here inside this, we are just getting access to that reference. And whatever value we are having, that value will be assigned to this reference. Now, once we got this reference, I will just come down. Below this paragraph, I will be writing if I am having reference, only then what I have to do, I just have to display this paragraph. I will open parenthesis. I will be creating paragraph. Here I will give the class as payment success reference. Copy, paste. Here I will write reference. If I am having reference, only then I have to display this reference. I will create strong tag. Inside this, I will be passing reference ID, and here whatever reference I have got, simply I just want to display that reference. So in this way, we have created our payment success page. But now we have done one mistake. We have given the file name as .js. Here I will rename. I will give .jsx. Okay, we are using with, so it is very important for the components we will be using .jsx. I will come here. Now you can see in my root, I am having all the products. Everything is working fine. I will click on this pay. Razorpay is opened in test mode. I will be selecting UPI. Success at Razorpay. Verify and pay. It is confirming the payment. Payment is successful. Now you can see I am redirected to this page where I am having payment successful, and whatever message we have given, that is displayed, and the reference ID which we are having inside the URL, we are able to access and we are able to display that ID. Successfully, we have completed our complete Razorpay setup. Now this entire setup, whatever e-commerce project you are creating, in that if you want to integrate Razorpay, you can follow the steps and accordingly you can integrate Razorpay in your application. That's all for this course. If you're having any doubt, you can ask your doubt so that I can help you in resolving that doubts. Thank you so much for watching this complete course.